Hi everybody, we're at the lake today enjoying a really nice sunny day, and we were talking about some of the videos that I have been doing lately, and Wes was telling me a story about a time when we were in camping. So first of all, I want to tell you this video is going to be about blood sugar control and how you can identify symptoms when you're having either high or low blood sugar, and also learning how sugar affects you in different areas of your life. So if this is of interest to you, keep watching. So we're here at the lake with Wes.
We are.
We're enjoying the day, and we were talking about some of the videos that I have done before and the things that he has learned. And I wanted to have him tell you a little story about what he has experienced himself. We went camping last weekend, and I gave Wes some chocolate. So I will let him tell you what happened. Tell him.
You did that to me, didn't you? I love chocolate. I really love chocolate. This particular thing was a little sugar bomb, and I think we were playing, what was that, Sudoku or something like, what do you call that? Sudoku. That. And and it got very late. We were having too much fun. It got very late, and it was this last little detail. Let's just, the little chocolate on the pillow kind of thing. And so had the chocolate, enjoyed the chocolate, went to bed. And I would say it was...
but here's the thing, the chocolate had honey in it.
It had honey in it. It was a little chocolate. It was like a mint patty.
It was like a mint patty with honey.
That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I guess it was about 2 a.m., I woke up and my head was just racing with ideas. I woke up wide awake and I couldn't put my thoughts to sleep. And so I just laid there and looked at the stars, which was wonderful for a while. And then I just wanted to sleep, but I couldn't get back to sleep. And then I realized what was going on, because I remembered that last video, blood sugar video. And it's got me thinking in ways that I hadn't thought before. And I realized that this is what was happening to me, that my blood sugar was up, I was wide awake, my thoughts were racing. And so for the next 2 hours, I just enjoyed walking around the dark camp and looking at the stars and trying to put myself back to sleep. The other interesting thing that happened was in the morning when I woke up, I got up with a little bit of a headache, and it took me probably a couple hours to get over that headache in the morning. But yeah, that was the unusual experience, but it really did get me thinking about blood sugar in ways I hadn't before. And so
Isn't that interesting? So did you know that you had any sugar issues? Had you ever thought about it?
I know that I have a sweet tooth. I know that I have to fight cravings all the time, but my sugar intake is usually, it's like a piece of dried fruit, or I do have the chocolate bar that I like, but it's a natural chocolate, and so it never really bothered me, and I don't put sugar on anything. I feel like I'm cautious about my sugar intake.
What do you think was different this time versus the chocolate that you have at home?
Yeah, I think it was probably just the high sugar content in that particular candy.
At bedtime?
At bedtime, yeah. Well, it was particularly at that time of night. It was, was probably 10:30 or something, 11 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so that is kind of an illustrative example of someone who doesn't have a sugar problem, but he's not even aware of what's going on with his blood sugar because it's never been an issue for Wes. But once you have the information, you can relate it to your body and you know exactly what's going on. So remember, we talked about whenever there is a big sugar load, your body makes insulin, and that insulin over-secretes. And when it over-secretes, you go to sleep, but it's because you have over-secreted insulin, that insulin is overdoing its job. So it just wipes out all of the sugar, and now it's the turn of cortisol. Cortisol is the stress hormone, and that cortisol is in charge of telling you that you're in fight or flight. This is an emergency. You need some sugar. You need the liver to start making sugar so that you can continue living and thinking and doing all the things that you do while you're awake or asleep. And so it's that blood sugar, we call it dysregulation, where it's not a curve that is just slow and methodical, but instead it's jagged. It just goes up and down. And so that's what's happening to you when you wake up in the middle of the night like that after eating something sweet. Things that you can do if you're going to have something sweet, have it right after dinner so that you have some protein, some healthy fat, and some fiber in you. So that what that does is it slows down that curve, slows down that release of insulin. And so the sugar is going to combine to give you a lower curve. And then you won't have those reactions and you'll sleep better. So thank you, Sudi. Thank you for sharing with us. It's a very interesting realization. How is this going to change things for you?
Well, I think I'm going to remind my nutritionist, my beautiful spouse, to not feed me sweets before bedtime.
And what about you taking control of your sweet intake?
Yes,
That's the next video, is
Yeah.
how we take control of our own body and our own intake of food. So no matter how tempting your wife is, you need to say no if it's at the wrong time. When I say no and is trying to get me to stay up late to watch movies, and my non-negotiable is going to bed at 10 o'clock. So my question to you is, what is your non-negotiable? So I'll leave you with that and we'll talk about it in the next video. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Monica with Nourish Functional Nutrition. If you like this video and you got something out of it, please give it a thumbs up. Click on the bell so that you will get notified when I have a new video. Share it with friends and family, and don't forget to subscribe.
This is where we are, right here. Beautiful place. And we got the hounds out here with us too. Look there, that's Lucy.